Hey Aries, I just pulled cards for you about this ghosting situation, and honestly, what came through is making me want to tell you this right away because the energy shift happening before this month ends is really something. So, I pulled the Four of Cups first, and immediately, I could feel this energy of someone sitting there in their own headspace, completely disconnected from what they walked away from. This person who ghosted you, they are in this weird bubble right now where they convinced themselves that walking away was the right move. They have been sitting with their phone in their hand more times than they would ever admit to anyone. The Four of Cups is showing me someone who is actually refusing to see what is right in front of them, which is the fact that cutting you off was probably one of the dumbest decisions they have made in a while. I am seeing this person scrolling through old messages, looking at your profile when they think nobody is watching, and then putting their phone down and pretending like they are totally fine with the silence. But here's what they are not telling anyone, not even themselves really. They are starting to feel the weight of what they did. That disconnection they thought would bring them peace is actually making them realize how much they miss the connection you two had. The cups around them in this card are literally opportunities they are ignoring, but one of those cups is you, and they are slowly starting to notice that ignoring you is not working out the way they planned. Now the Two of Swords came out next, and this is where it gets interesting, because this card is all about being stuck at a crossroads, unable to make a decision. This person is literally frozen right now between their ego and their heart. On one side, they have this stubborn pride telling them that reaching out would make them look weak or like they made a mistake. And on the other side, they have their actual feelings which are screaming at them that they need to fix this situation. The blindfold on the figure in this card is so accurate because they are refusing to see the truth clearly. They have convinced themselves of some story about why they had to ghost you. Maybe they told themselves you were too intense, or they needed space, or whatever excuse they came up with. But deep down they know that story is not the whole truth. What I am picking up is that they are literally having conversations with themselves at night trying to justify their actions. But every time they try to convince themselves they did the right thing, something in their chest feels wrong about it. The swords in this card are balanced perfectly, which means they are in complete stalemate with themselves. But that balance is about to tip, and when it does, everything changes. The Nine of Wands showed up, and oh wow. This is telling me that you have been through it. You have been standing your ground, protecting your peace, and honestly probably building up some serious walls after being ghosted like that. This card shows someone who has been in battle and is still standing, but they are tired and cautious. You are not the same person you were before they ghosted you. You have learned something important about protecting your energy and not letting people just come and go as they please. The Nine of Wands is that last stand before victory, which tells me you have been holding your own boundaries really well. You might have been tempted to reach out, to ask for closure, to demand answers, but something in you decided to just let them sit with their choice. That decision to not chase, to not beg, to not give them the satisfaction of knowing they affected you so deeply, that is actually what is about to change everything. Your silence has been louder than any message you could have sent. And the person who ghosted you is starting to hear it really clearly now. Then the Fool appears, and I actually laughed when this came out because the universe has such a sense of humor. The Fool represents new beginnings, taking a leap of faith, and doing something that might seem crazy or impulsive. Before this month ends, someone is about to take a leap, and based on the energy around this card, it is looking like the person who ghosted you is about to do something that surprises even themselves. The Fool does not think things through completely, they just jump, and that is exactly what is about to happen here. All that deliberation from the Two of Swords, all that disconnection from the Four of Cups, it is about to break open, and someone is going to make a move that feels sudden and unexpected. The Fool is also about innocence and vulnerability, which suggests that when this person reaches out, it is not going to be some calculated strategic move. It is going to be raw and honest, and probably a little bit messy. They are going to reach out in a way that shows they have been thinking about this constantly. Strength came through next, and this card is so powerful because it is not about physical strength. It is about inner courage and emotional maturity. What I am seeing here is that the real test is not whether this person comes back. It is about how you handle it when they do. The Strength card shows a woman gently closing the mouth of a lion, which represents taming wild emotions with grace and wisdom. When this person reaches out before the month ends, you are going to have a choice about how to respond. And the cards are showing me that you have the inner strength to handle this situation in a way that honors yourself. You are not going to be that person who just accepts them back with open arms pretending nothing happened. You have grown too much for that. But you are also not going to be cruel or petty about it. The Strength card is about responding from a place of power rather than reacting from a place of hurt. Whatever you decide when they reach out, it is going to come from a really solid place within yourself. The Five of Wands appeared, and honestly this makes so much sense because it represents conflict, competition, and chaos. Before this reconciliation or reconnection can happen smoothly, there is going to be some tension that needs to be addressed. Maybe they reach out but you are not ready to forgive immediately. Maybe you have questions that need answers. Maybe you need them to actually explain themselves rather than just showing up like nothing happened. The Five of Wands shows different people all fighting with their own wands. Nobody is really listening to each other. Everyone just wants to be heard. This suggests that the first conversation when they come back might be a little bit rocky. There might be some defensiveness, some misunderstandings, some things that need to be cleared up before you can move forward. But here is the thing about the Five of Wands. The conflict it represents is usually not destructive. It is more like the friction that happens when people are trying to figure things out. It is uncomfortable but necessary. This card is telling you not to shy away from that discomfort when it comes, because working through it is what leads to real understanding. Seven of Swords is next, and oh, this is interesting because this card is traditionally about deception, sneaking around, and hidden motives. I'm getting to possible meanings here. First meaning is that the person who ghosted you might try to come back without fully being honest about why they left in the first place. They might try to give you some surface-level explanation that does not really get to the heart of what was going on. The Seven of Swords shows someone sneaking away with swords, not taking them all, just taking what they can carry. This could mean they are not ready to be completely transparent yet. They might hold back some truths because they are scared of how you will react. The second meaning, and this feels more accurate based on the other cards, is that this card is warning you to pay attention to your intuition. When this person comes back, you are going to know on some level whether they are being genuine or whether they are just trying to ease their own guilt. The Seven of Swords is telling you to trust your gut feeling about their intentions. Do not let smooth words or emotional appeals override what your instincts are telling you. King of Wands came through, and the energy of this card is so confident and charismatic. This represents someone who knows what they want and goes after it with passion and determination. I am seeing this as the energy this person is going to approach you with when they finally make their move. They are going to come in with this renewed sense of purpose, probably acting like they have figured everything out and they know exactly what they want now. Which is you. The King of Wands is a leader, someone who takes action. So when they reach out, it is probably going to be bold and direct, not some wishy-washy half-hearted attempt. But here is where you need to be careful. The King of Wands can also be someone who is so focused on what they want that they do not always consider how their actions affect others. Make sure when this person comes back with all this confident energy that they are actually showing up for you and not just for the idea of you or because their ego could not handle you moving on. Page of Wands showed up, and this is actually giving me hope for the situation because the page energy is all about messages, new beginnings, and enthusiasm. Pages in tarot are messengers, so this is literally confirming that a message is coming before the end of this month. The Page of Wands specifically carries messages about passion, creativity, and exciting opportunities. When this person reaches out, they are going to be bringing some kind of proposition or idea about how things could be different moving forward. The page is young energy, which could mean this person is going to approach the situation with a fresh perspective, maybe even admitting they handled things immaturely before. There is an innocence to the Page of Wands that suggests they genuinely want to try again. They are not coming back just to play games. They are going to reach out with actual hope that things can be rekindled. The final card I pulled is Ace of Wands, and wow, what a card to end on. The Ace of Wands is literally the card of new beginnings in the realm of passion, inspiration, and action. This is not about going back to how things were. This is about starting completely fresh with new energy. An ace is always a gift from the universe. It represents potential and possibility. The Ace of Wands specifically is about that spark, that fire, that initial rush of excitement when something new is beginning. Before this month ends, you are being offered a new start, whether that is with this person who ghosted you or with someone else entirely. The universe is not forcing you to take this opportunity. Aces are gifts that you can choose to accept or decline, but the opportunity is definitely coming. If you do choose to explore things again with this person, the Ace of Wands suggests it will feel different this time, more authentic, more aligned with what you actually want. The wand in this card is being offered by a hand coming out of a cloud, which represents a divine gift. Something that is meant to be if you are ready to receive it. So Aries, here is what I am seeing for you before this month ends. The person who ghosted you has been sitting in their own confusion and disconnection, slowly realizing that cutting you off was not the power move they thought it was. They are currently stuck between their pride and their feelings, having full-on internal debates about whether to reach out or not. Meanwhile, you have been standing your ground, healing, getting stronger, and building boundaries that actually protect your peace. Something is about to shift dramatically where they are going to take a leap and reach out to you in a way that is going to surprise you with its honesty and vulnerability. It might not be smooth immediately. There could be some uncomfortable conversations that need to happen. And you are definitely going to need to trust your intuition about whether their intentions are genuine. But if you choose to explore this new beginning, the cards are showing that it has real potential to be something better than what existed before. The most important thing is that you are going into this situation from a place of strength, not desperation, which completely changes the dynamic. You are not waiting around for them. You are just open to the possibility if it aligns with who you have become. Does anyone else feel like ghosting situations always come full circle right when you have finally made peace with it? Let me know what you think is going to happen when this person reaches out.